Good to have you in today. We call it our best for last. It's a three-word game. We do believe you can kind of describe the fate of NFL teams, the direction or the current state of NFL teams based on three words. So here we go. Titans, Jags. That was the Thursday game. Mariota can't throw Iota. Stop. Bail. Move on. There's too many good quarterbacks in this league. He's 28th in completion percentage. He's been sacked 9 times because he doesn't see the field particularly well. It's not because the Titans' offensive line isn't good. It's a top 5 offensive line. There's too many good quarterbacks in this league. All the teams moving off their Flaccos and their Elis are happy. It's time to move off Marcus. Bengals, Bills, 3-0. Buffalo is undefeated. Nick Wright was right. Top 8 in total offense. Got to be honest, surprised. I did not think Josh Allen would move the chains to this level. Total defense. Their defense is good. They're 6th. And it's their 3-0, first time in a long time. Jets and Dolphins aren't making the playoffs. Buffalo is going to be in that, I think, in that Cleveland Charger space for a Indianapolis space for a wild card team. The Bills did make the playoffs a couple years ago, so let's not go crazy here. It's a very good coaching staff. Dolphins, Cowboys, losing on porpoise. Come on!
Pretty good.
Top 5 moment show ever.
Top 10.
Okay, they traded Laramie Tunsil. They traded Kenny Stills. They traded Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they got draft picks. So there's a direction here. I know they're cruddy, but they're playing hard. And they're last in everything. But you're going to have at least that Steeler pick, by the way. Looking pretty good. You may have the first pick and the 5th pick. That Steeler pick is looking pretty good. Broncos, Packers. Green Bay, Sackers. They got after Joe Flacco 6 times. Preston Smith had 3. Zadarius Smith had 2. Rashawn Gary had 1. This is a real defense by Green Bay. They went out and got mid-level free agents that can play. They drafted Rashawn Gary, who was a great college player. Aaron Rodgers finally has a legitimate defense, a defense that'll get him the ball back. And one of the great things about having a pass rush is that when you do give up big plays, you can make big defensive plays. You saw the Rams do that last night and take the Browns out of seemingly good drives by a 9-yard sack. So Green Bay is a different defense these days. Falcons, Colts. Jacoby's a starter. I've been on this for 2 years. I'm not seeing he's a top 12 starter. Big, strong, coachable. He has won 3 of his last 4 starts. Only loss was an overtime loss to the Chargers. He had one of his better games yesterday, 118 quarterback rating. Listen, Bill Parcells said when he came out, he's like, this kid can play. He's a starter in this league. Now, again, where? But don't tell me he can't start in the NFL. And all he needs is a little protection. He's not a world-class athlete running around. He can run a little. But you give this kid a pocket. He's got a very nice arm. Ravens, Chiefs. 2 excellent teams. Listen, Mahomes has had 2 touchdown passes in 14 straight games. There is no great shame in going to Arrowhead and giving up over-the-top plays. And Lamar Jackson now, 10 games, 8-2 as a starter. And even the games he's lost, he's been in them. So this was the rare loss. Notre Dame did that this weekend in Baltimore where they lost, and I think I was more impressed with those teams losing games. Raiders, Vikings. Raiders rolling over. First of all, they've lost 6 straight 1 o'clock starts. They're now not going to be home until November 3rd. And last year they didn't quit on Gruden. But the schedule is not only difficult, they're playing in like Dusseldorf and Winnipeg. It's just a goofy schedule where they're playing all over the globe. They're going to be road weary. They're not a particularly deep team. I think Derek Carr keeps them in a handful of games, but they kind of felt like they rolled over yesterday. Jets, Patriots, varsity versus JV. First of all, they beat the Jets 7 straight times. 6 have not been competitive. Jets had 105 total yards. Listen, for all of those that don't like Sam Darnold, you can say what you want last year. They were, in the last month and a half, outside of 1 game, they were competitive. They were competitive when they lost to Green Bay last year. They are, by the way, Patriots are the first team since 1951 to shut out 5 straight opponents in the first half. I mean, so New England's defense is just all sorts of no fun. Lions, Eagles. Catch the ball. Lord. Now, I know Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson were out. The Eagles had 7 drops against the Lions. Dallas Goedert dropped a touchdown pass. Some of these issues for them are offensive line and health. Some are just Philadelphia does not have enough depth at wide receiver. Panthers Cardinals don't need Cam. I'm sorry. Cam had no touchdown passes this year. Kyle Allen had 4 yesterday. Let's just be honest about it. Cam's not healthy. And even when he was inconsistent. And I get to the point with Cam is, well, why do I want to be in the Cam business? He's lost 8 straight starts. Some of them he's been hurt. Most of them he's been hurt. But I'm not buying into the Instagram fashion shows before games. I think you got your next quarterback in Carolina, at least for the time being. You could at least make sure Cam's healthy when he comes back. I mean, if you're gonna sit Cam, well, then sit him till he's healthy, because you're fine at the backup quarterback slot. Giants Bucks, giant step forward. Listen, Eli was 0-43 in his career, coming back down 18. Daniel Jones is 1-0 in his career doing that. Listen, now I'm looking at all these young quarterbacks. They can all play. I mean, and way sooner. Outside of Trubisky, I kind of like all of them. I watched Daniel yesterday. I watched Kyler yesterday. I like that run by Daniel Jones, too. Eli wouldn't have made that run. So there's something there. I don't know the ceiling on it, but there's something there. Texans Chargers. Deshaun the Magician. I mean, good Lord. 300 yards, 3 touchdown passes, no picks. By the way, Clemson, the knock on Deshaun was he threw too many picks. And I think it was a valid... Clemson forces their quarterbacks to make tough throws. He's cutting down on the picks, folks. So if I don't have picks from him, I get a lot of upside without the downside. This play yesterday was just Houdini stuff, escape artist. Saints Seahawks, Teddy's got this. We good. He's all good. Teddy's a grown-up. Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. Let's not freak out. He's all good here. He's not Drew Brees. Very few are. But look at their schedule. I think they're going to go 4-2 now that they won in Seattle, and Teddy's fine. Steelers 49ers. How'd they win? San Francisco had 3 turnovers in the red zone and won. They had 5 turnovers. San Francisco was trying to give that game away. I will say this. Even in their mistakes, the Niners are a blast to watch. Kind of a mess, but a blast to watch. Finally, Rams-Browns. 4th down draw. 4th quarter. Now, I like Nick Chubb, but 4th and 9. That's the play call? This is a veteran defense. They added Clay Matthews, Eric Weddle. They're not going to be faked out on draws. This is a smart Ram defense. I didn't get that call whatsoever. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.